Hello everyone, Steam Next Fest is happening right now, and I've been looking for some of the demos, looking for good survival games. Skyformer is one of these. It kind of plays similar to Planet Crafter and Eden Crafter, where you get to a planet and have to terraform it over time to make it inhabitable. If you're interested in any other must-play demos during this Next Fest, I'll put a link to a Steam post I made in the description as well as in the pinned comments. But without any further ado, let's get going. So it seems like there are a few planets that are planned, and each one of them has its own, I guess, problem that we have to solve eventually. This seems to be a desert planet, but it also has a large ocean. And there are tiny meteor shard storms, eh? That sounds pretty damn dangerous. So we'll call it Danger Planet. Let's start the mission. It's also made by a solo dev, which always cool to see. Now arriving on planet Xenon. I think that's how you would pronounce it. And they're building a little base. As well as a sky base. Your mission is to terraform and prepare the planet for habitation for your creators. An automated system must be built to mine resources on the planet and convert them into materials with a pipeline of factories run by drones. The produced materials will be used to power a machine that controls the atmosphere and terraforms the planet. Warning, be prepared to survive different types of weather along the way. Good luck. Alright, so we start up in the sky base, and you can go back and forth between the ground as well as the sky, and you have to eventually in order to manipulate the weather, and that is eventually how we're going to manipulate the terrain, I guess. Or terraform the planet, rather. Alright, and let's get out to the planet. So we have a charge meter. That is the lightning bolt that you see draining really quickly. It kind of works similar to oxygen. So I'm guessing we're a drone. Although looking at our hand, that doesn't look human. Which does mean, since we don't have any energy pads, or energy recharge pads at the very start here, we had to run to this box here, and then we can place them down, and then when we stand on top of here, it charges up. I'm also going to put the healer here too, and then we have some extra space. I'll just place those like right there. Alright, so this is currently our setup. Whenever we need power, we just walk over this green tile, and we are good to go. Next up, it wants us to mine the radiant gems. Some of your carry gems, such as radiant gems, ones we just mined, can shatter on death. So death is kind of bad. You can also use them to heal. So there we go. And then we get some more supplies. So it's going to go through a tutorial, which is going to give us some of the basic supplies to get started. So these miners, they're also pretty neat. We have to place them on these giant ore veins. And basically, this entire section where you can see the different color of sand, and that is where we can place it. Then we need to power it up, but that's fine. We also got some of these. This is a power generator. Place that down. And you can see some little dudes mining away. And we can also level it up too with some lithium, which we haven't found yet. Let's get some other items out of the box. A factory, drone control, as well as cargo drones. Let's place our factory down. So this can create us iron bars, as well as some other items that we're going to require. And for right now, though, the quest wants us to make some iron bars. Let's also place down a drone control tower. And when we interact with it, we become a drone. But we can also link our mine up to the fabricator, give it a couple drones. I'm actually wondering, right, how far will this drone go? I'm guessing to wherever this orange line is. But can I just sneak my way? Nope. I guess we can see a bit more. Although it is very hard to see through all that orange. You see that we have two other veins here. Two other colors at that. This one is purple. I think that one was salt, if I remember right. From the little bit that I played. Well, anyway. Now that we're back, there's a weather station. We built that up real quick. With this weather station, we can now press the weather map. And it will show us wind direction, the temperatures. Love how it says threat level 0%, even though it's going to be 52 bloody degrees. And that day, that sounds pretty dangerous to me. Yeah, this planet is pretty doomed, man. So with that, we also get the weather damage thread. we can see how bad a day is gonna be. Then we get the Terraform Engine Command Center. I think this one had to be placed on top the sky base, right? Yes. Alright, let's head back. And then place it down. And as you can see, there is quite a bit of land here. It looks like our very first job would be to plant more species of, well, plants. And there's multiple categories as well. From here on out, we can also basically do whatever. We can increase acidities, we can increase and decrease temperatures, destabilize or stabilize an atmosphere, as well as distribute the vegetation, which of course we don't have yet, so that's not going to help us out at the moment. A dust storm is coming, eh? There's a destructive dust storm, which is hazardous, with hazardous conditions in the area. Buildings may require emergency repairs. That doesn't sound good. Yeah, you can see our weather threat meter go up too. Seems to stabilize a little bit. And slowly ticking back down. So we should be fine. Let's get our new items, which is a construction station as well as a player upgrade. I like to place them around the charging pad just so I can calmly look at it. And next up it wants us to construct a miner as well as a factory, which require iron as well as more iron. Alright, so we go back to this factory. It seems like it did get some damage. I saw a health bar on top of that. That should be fine then, I guess. Let's see, where is storage? 30 iron bars have been crafted. That sounds good enough to me, because I think with that, yeah, we can make both of them. And then our next objective is to just get the extra demo items. So I guess these are just given to us because the demo wants us to hurry the hell up. I don't really know what to do with them yet. I guess I do want to take a look at whatever this thing is. That is massive. Where do we even place this? In the sky base, alright. So you can see on the top right, you see a bunch of info screens. And there is a requirements section. Now it doesn't want us to place this thing yet, but I suppose we may as well, seeing as we got it. It is absolutely humongous though. Oh, it's not even in the demo. We can also not destabilize the atmosphere or increase or decrease temperature. We are able to stabilize it now though, not that we have to gas drone. We do require some terraform materials, as well as gas dispensing drones, or dispersing drones. And we can also grow plants. But we're probably pretty far away from that still, because it wants us to create another charging pad, which probably means we're going to have to set up multiple bases. Without the charging pads, we can't really go that far. Alright, let's see what it costs. So we need some aluminum as well as charged gems. I think these plates were crafted in here. It requires some aluminum though. I'm gonna go out on a limb and hope that this right here, the purple stuff, is aluminum. Knowing my luck though, it probably isn't. It's bauxite. Well, alright then. Okay, it says right here how we're gonna get aluminum. It is bauxite as well as salt. That's good. That means we just need another mining dude. Let's go to the salt. Place that bad boy down. Place power down. Alright, let's set aluminum as output. And let's connect the salt as well as the bauxite up to this one fabricator. So I'm wondering, right? If I go make myself another one of the factories, and I place this one down, say over here. If I set this one to aluminum plates, can I then connect this one? Yes. To that one. So you do have to actually click on the factory, not the ball, if you want to select the factory itself, I guess, to connect it to something else. The ball is just where the output goes. The factory is the input in this case. Alright, good. When we make those plates, and then with those plates, I got enough charged gems, which we get from those over there. The orange-looking rocks. Actually, what the heck are dust-resistant crystals? Contains unique energy that makes you resistant to dust storms temporarily. Use at the shield station. That sounds pretty helpful. Alright, we got everything now for our charging platform. Collect our supplies, which are tropical bush, as well as some debris. Plant and harvest bush. Make a factory to create soil from the supplied debris. Yeah, we have to craft a planter. That is something I saw in here somewhere over here. Yeah, we needed soil for that, which means we need another factory. And this one has to make soil. Something neat is you can also color the buildings. Well, color, you can change the lights. But I think that is a nice feature, especially if you are messy like I am right now and want to organize it a bit more. Alright, construct the planter, place it over here. How are we gonna put the plants in it? Can I just drag it onto my hotbar? Yes, and then hold eat the plant. Oh yeah, the sapling tropical bush is growing. Hold to remove. No. I will not be removing it. Any indication on how long this is gonna take? I don't see it. Does this say anything about it? It doesn't specifically say it, but once it is grown, we can harvest it and we get a chance for DNA mutations. And with those mutations, we can turn into new plant discoveries. Once we build something later, which is the DNA processor, which is this thing over here, which requires tier 1 chips as well as aluminum frames. Alright, it has grown. It also turned purple and has completely different leaves now. Let's harvest that. We get a couple back, which means we can plant one more. Now wants to construct a geothermal power plant. Copper was faintly spotted northeast on arrival. Tip, build logistical storage to send drones through and support longer routes. Okay, so this copper was northeast, so that is somewhere over that way. And it sounds like it's going to be pretty far. I imagine we need it for a thermal plant, don't we? Power cell and aluminum frames. Let's make a factory real quick so we can see what the power cells take. That I do imagine would take copper. Alright, energy cell, where you at? Over there? Yeah, we need copper wire. Then we need copper bars. And for that, of course, we need copper ore. And we're getting another dust storm, hooray. Did we actually get any DNA samples? I don't think so. I want to start working on a couple more planters then. Where did the soil go? I guess we don't have any anymore. I also never really looked at this, the player upgrade screen. I'm gonna increase mining levels, as well as movement speed. This is a pretty nice way to upgrade the character. It requires some of the gems. Let's harvest some mysterious rocks, because I think this is where the debris came from. Yeah. There's no better way to create soil. There has to be a better way to get the soil, though. Because we only get 2 per rock, so... Because currently, it looks like some of these buildings are being damaged quite badly. Alright, sweet, everything has been repaired. Ooh, there we go, we got one of the DNA samples. That's good. We're gonna have to keep that going. Eventually, we'll get to the manipulator. I think, I hope at least, let's put it that way. If we can link up multiple, yes. Is it gonna split it evenly, or is it gonna do something else? I don't really see it fly to that side. Oh no, never mind, I did see something. Alright, good. And I guess it was also full, so maybe that's why I didn't do anything. Alright, sweet. With that, we are now creating aluminum frames, which means we can get another drone tower up, as well as logistical storage, as that is something we're going to need for this copper. But I think I'll do that in the next episode. There's actually quite a bit to this demo, which I'm happy about. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all on the next one. Bye everyone.